Welcome to the Milk Experience. Tonight's evening is entitled Emotion. Please follow the maitre d' to your seat. Any cell phone use is strictly prohibited. Please take this time to turn all devices off. Service will begin momentarily.
In the movie American Psycho, everyone's always trying to get a reservation in Dorsia, and it's impossible. You're trying to get a reservation, it's impossible. It's unattainable. And he said, milk is Dorsia.
So of course we wanted to be a part of it even more after that. Yeah.
Beeswax. What do you use the beeswax for?
It's just to go on top of the cake for aroma. More than anything.
I believe it was Arrival. The dish was vanilla milk, poached scallop, red Hawaiian salt, and candied coriander. I never wanted to stop eating it. It was brilliant because Arrival was about this moment in your life that you've been working towards for decades, years, days, and it's a split second of when you get to that, you finally get there. And it doesn't last very long at all. And the brilliant thing about this was, as soon as you took the bite, you felt it and it would go away. You're supposed to feel that for a second, not for an eternity. It left me wanting so much more. We had nothing to do with the process of getting people in the door, so just kind of watching this from afar, wondering, how are people going to know about this? We couldn't even find anything
We put
out.
the event together, we do the installation, we sit back, everything's ready to go, and these people just arrive. Magical, it was unknown. It was, I know this restaurant sound table and it's amazing, but what is this thing, milk? Why the sign is different, the interior is completely changed. I know nothing about the menu, I don't know what was going through any of their heads.
Just the expression on their faces was one of a child walking into Wonderland for the first time. Just, I want more.
Into the magical cupboard.
This is movement.
Movement.
Yes.
What does it consist of?
It is 4 different types of sashimi. It's lobster broth, fish broth, grapefruit, and lychee. Then it has lime caviar and deep fried parsley and salted shrimp.
The music was all provided by Milk,
And the projection, all of that was, I believe they hired Nikita Gale, who's a artist in Atlanta, a wonderful artist in Atlanta, and she would basically just did her own brilliant thing.
I am made bare as you eat. A lick of the tongue, a flick of the wrist. How I loved your hands. How they express the ugly side of nature. Each strike determined to expose your humanity with my tears. Blood stains, salt stains. I will. Purity revealed. I am God.
We started off with Phillip and I really immersing ourselves in the menu, first and foremost. We sat down with the sous chef, Taria, and picked her brain about why the head chef had picked these ingredients and why the themes were, for each course, it was longing and reverence, and everything was in line with those. So when you tasted longing, you literally felt a longing in you.
So we had to align the server's presence in the dining room with
how they
with that.
served, how they presented, how they took away every little.
And it wasn't to be done in a highly theatricalized, over-the-top way. It had to be subtle enough so you, as diner, can focus on the dish. Every element, the way the dish is given to you, the way the waitress looks at you before she leaves, the way she lingers next to you, all of it is in line pushing you towards that emotion, towards that experience, and then eating it. So it's the full outside, internal, external experience of experiencing what that emotion was, whether if it was arrival, regret, longing,
reverence. I think the thing that was the most surprising for us was not having them present during the setup. And because we kept expecting a representative of Milk or, you know, someone to show up and say, this is exactly what we were looking for, or those panels there, they don't look accurate, or something. But that never happened. And we kept getting word that somebody was going to be present, but we never met anyone. I never met anyone. Phillip didn't meet anyone from them. So we just kept going. We kept using our gut. We trusted our vision and what they had asked us to do. And at the end of the day, we just hoped that they were happy with it. At one point, for Longing, which was the last course, it was a white chocolate, but it was savory. It wasn't sweet.
Yeah.
So it had the natural sweetness of white chocolate, but there were elements to it that weren't sweet at all. And so when you took a bite into it, you were literally missing something. You were longing for the sugar.
It left you wanting.
And so it's so profound and interesting that because we don't come from the food world at all, which, I mean, I would like to because I love to eat. But other than that, and she basically broke it down for us. And even the drinks, the pairings were genius.
Yeah, one of the, which reverence? Reverence.
Reverence.
For reverence, one of the ingredients. Do you remember what the dish was?
It was tomato gelée with salt, and it was served on a rock. And I'm gonna mess it up. There was one more ingredients with that, but it was served on a rock, and you basically just took a shot of it.
And the secret ingredient to that was crystallized tears.
So yeah. Apparently the head chef had asked Taria to gather in a very safe, clean way her tears and to crystallize them, and she had this whole process where she baked them. And I mean, I got the chance to actually be in the dinner, to eat, to consume the whole world of it. And that one course, honestly, it kind of shut everyone off for a minute because it was
reverence.
It changed everything. I mean, it wasn't announced that there were tears, but just something in it. You consumed it, and everything in your body just kind of went into this quiet space. And at that time, the music that was playing and the projection on the walls and the lighting and the scents, everything together made you in reverence to that moment, to whatever it is in your life that you revere. It was brilliant and scary, but brilliant.
We sincerely thank you for attending the Milk experience. The service is now coming to a close. Please make your way to the exit. Thank you for joining us in our final service. Service, 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 service.